And in today's episode of Illuminate Disclaimer, I'm going to talk to you about a few things which I help with my productivity to make sure I'm making the most out of my time. Whether you're a juggler, a game collector, or you just want to sort your life out, this video could be something that could give you profound insight on how to be in charge of your life. So sit down, get comfortable. It's going to be a very insightful episode.
You are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth. What have you got to give to me? What I don't already give myself. You are driven by the
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Illuminated Disclaimer. Sydney here. And before I start, I just want to thank all of you, not only for liking and subscribing, but for actually giving me really good advice. Now, I spoke to a few of you over the last few weeks, and you said, Sydney, your videos are good, you're insightful, you're always looking pretty, but you need better sound. So here I am using sound equipment. Shout outs to Kurt for giving this to me. Love you, bro. Now, to the main crux of today's episode. I wanted to talk to all of you and ask you some very personal yet effective questions. First one is this: how productive are you? If you are productive, then I've got another question for you. If you are very productive, then how do you make sure that you are the most efficient with what you're doing? Now, a lot of us do a lot of things and we just get lost in the sauce, whether it's making to-do lists, maybe we need to exert ourselves, maybe we need to do something out of the ordinary. A lot of us use a lot of energy to do what we need to do on an everyday basis. It's facts, right? But the problem is, if you're not doing things effectively and you're multitasking without having proper organization, then you risk using a lot of energy to use on basic tasks. Therefore, you might feel much more lethargic and you risk burning out sooner. So, I'm going to give you a couple of techniques to help you manage your energy and your time better. First one is batch your target effectively. Firstly, treat your tasks like laundry. Yep, you put your socks in one go, you put your whites and your colors separately. You do your laundry in different sections for good reason, because you use it more effectively and you make sure you use the right settings to make sure everything gets clean to the best of their ability. Now, this we're talking about a washing machine here, but in our mind, if we batch things together based on how we can interact with them and complete them, we therefore become more efficient with our time. So do you need to do admin? Well, do admin every half an hour, for example. If you need to do something when it means being active, then section that towards maybe the late afternoon or early evening. If you're trying to save more money or be effective with your eating habits, then don't just cook one meal, batch cook your meal, freeze them and save them over several days. If you've got work to do for assignment, then make sure you can do it better by sectioning off each paragraph in your essay, for example, and spending dedicated time to do each thing instead of doing them all at the same time. A lot of us use so much additional energy to do simple tasks, but if we break them down and do similar tasks but in different batches, then we might see more effectiveness. Step 2, the Pomodoro technique. Now, a lot of people don't know about this technique, but it's something that has helped me vastly over the last few years to get my mind right and be more effective with my time. Now, the Pomodoro technique is quite simple. For every 25 minutes of work you do, you take 5 minutes rest. Now, you can do this easily. You can get a stopwatch, you can use your alarm clock, and just make sure that you calculate these things right. But when you do so much pressure, whether this is stress or concentration, after a certain time we risk getting burnout. So it's important for us to take 5 minutes out as often as we can, in this case half an hour, to make sure that we thoroughly rest, get some water, and just to focus on our breathing patterns and how we are going to attack the task going forward. Number 3, are you techie? Now, what I mean by that is, are you constantly on your phone? Do you use your phones to calm down, to take some pressure off, to see what's going on in the world? This is good, But if we overuse our phone and we don't have the right balance, then we risk losing our energy and becoming more of a sloth as a result. Phones are good, they give us so much information on a day to day basis. But if we use it too much, we might feel more drained, more lethargic, especially if we're using our phone doing important tasks. So, what we can do is use our technology as an incentive. If we do 45 minutes of a task, we can go on our phone for 10 minutes, for example, but we need to time that 10 minutes. If we have 5 tasks to do, after each task, you can use 5 minutes on your phone. So think about it. How often are you using your phone? Is it impeding the way you're doing your tasks? And can you incentivize your phone so you use it less but you reward yourself more? Hmm. Prioritization is the next one. Now, a lot of us, we have multiple tasks and we don't even know where to start. And if we see a lot of things that we need to do, and we don't know how to prioritize them, then we risk burning out just by looking at the list. What you need to remember is this: when you use your concentration, you use a lot of energy, and it's not like physical activity where you can feel exertion. With mental, you don't really feel it, you just feel really, really tired. So, if you're someone who goes for a lot of naps, for example, it could be because you're concentrating on a lot of things and not taking inspired action to complete them. So, write a list of everything that you need to do. I suggest getting a whiteboard, it helps perfectly well for me. And write the things that are top of the to do list and give yourself a light time to do it, maybe a week, maybe two. And then with other ones, you can add them up the list later on or move things down the list as you see fit. But I would say ideally put 5 or 10 tasks on the list. Everything should be achievable in around 3 to 6 months, and some things should be light there. They shouldn't all be heavy, important things they need to do for the future. Some of these things can just be making your bed or taking a shower or getting something to eat. So just put the mix and the balance, make sure you know which ones to prioritize, but make sure you do the things which matter to you as well as the things which will push you further as a person. And also celebrate the wins. We don't celebrate our wins a lot. I spoke about to-do lists in a previous episode of Illuminated Disclaimer, and it's important because everybody who's watching this video, I'm sure you have done a lot of things that have not only benefited you but benefited the world at large. So use this time to do your tasks and actually appreciate how much you've done in a week. A lot of people I speak to, they're always looking forward, but they never actually see how successful they've been in the past. So start taking all the best parts of you, whether it's in the past or in the future, and keep on using that as fuel to not only be productive, but to use this as a means to enjoy a better and more fulfilling life. So, multitaskers, this has been a new episode of Illuminate Disclaimer. I have been Sydney and you have been amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on finding beautiful ways to illuminate your path. Take care now.